What's up? It's your boy Mean Joe Green, aka Prince of the Ghetto. Look, I want to talk about last night. Hot Boy Turk went live, and he did an interview while he was on live. And in the interview, something that stood out to me is when he said when they asked him about Cash Money them doing the tour in Chicago, and he said that he didn't really like when they did the song Hot Boy, Hot Girl, that when Mannie Fresh, how he ran across the stage and told them to cut the music. You know what I'm saying? When his verse was finna pop on. And Turk, like, I ain't respect it. You know, he looked at it as, like, you know, BG, all them Birdman, they on stage performing. As soon as his verse come on, Mannie Fresh run up like he was lolly jolly happy, and he cut it right when Turk was finna do his part, you know. But so happened when Mannie Fresh told them to cut it, the crowd in Chicago, they was still rapping. I like them hot, the ones that don't tell me to stop, eat, swallow the, and they know how to pop. I need a project, a hood rat chick, one that don't give up and say she took that. And when they stopped it, all of them looked like the crowd was still going. So Mannie Fresh, you know, hold on, y'all thought we weren't gonna keep it going? Y'all thought we weren't gonna do that? Hold on. And they rewind it, and they did it, you know, and the crowd was rapping it word for word. And to be real, when that song come on, to me, that used to be my favorite part back in the day. When I first was trying to rap, that song there, Hot Girl, man, back then, shit, that was the bomb, that was the shit. When that part come on, oh man, me and my crew, we used to get down on them females out that verse, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, the crowd was rolling with it. So Turk was, I know he saw it, he said, I ain't respect it. And Turk was like that was lame. He said, I'm gonna keep it real, that was lame. He said that was lame what Mannie Fresh had did. And looking at it at his point of view, it's how Mannie Fresh did it. Like soon as BG got to finish rapping his verse, BG did the hook. And soon as Turk park on, he running up there. And then they cut it, you know what I'm saying? But the crowd kept rolling. And if you look at the video, you can look at all their faces. They already knew that the crowd was gonna like their part. You can see Birdman, he kind of smirked like, yeah, I know they gonna like this. They were kind of looking heads down like, dang, man, Turk ain't here to rap his verse. And the crowd looking like they want his verse. So, you know, just saying, man, a Hot Boy reunion, you really need all of them there. And Turk said, he said, man, there's no Hot Boy without Turk. How they can get away with it, they don't need to do their song without Turk. I'm just gonna keep it 1,000. That Hot Girl song, if Turk ain't there, they don't even need to perform it. Because as soon as that part come on, man, the crowd gonna be looking. I like them hot, the ones that they ready to rap there. That was the part, to be real. You know? So if they gonna do a hot reunion without Turk and Wayne, they don't need to be performing songs, the hot songs that they own, like Bling Bling if Wayne ain't there, because Wayne took over the hook. You know? Tuesdays and Thursdays. How Turk came in. 2 of the hottest days of the week. They harassing and hacking niggas in their UPT. They crowd gonna be like, where they at? They not there. So, you know, they can get away with it though. They just got to stop performing songs that Turk and Wayne, especially Turk, since what's going on, all this chaos, the songs that Turk on, that he blew up, that he snapped on, they don't really need to be performing those kind, you know. Until Turk them, they do the other shows Turk said they got to do. Then they can go back to that and wow the crowd, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I saw that Turk, they're telling me right there that it is some type of animosity going on since Turk saw that and he called out saying what Mannie Fresh did was lame. So Turk feeling a certain kind of way, you know. It's something he's seeing It's something that he see that he ain't agreeing with, that he think that ain't right what they doing. Because you got to look at it. When Turk did the interview, he said since they cut him from the Cash Money reunion tour shows, he said that none of them didn't reach out to him. No Juvie, Mannie, he said none of them didn't reach out. You know, and how Turk looking at it, he looking like since they know that he not gonna be performing at these shows, he looking like if they fuck with me, if they my friends and partner, why he didn't get a call like Jude would call like, man, that's messed up, man. They cut you from the show. They tried to do that, man. That's fucked up. He said they didn't even call or nothing. It's just like they just, well, he ain't coming. They didn't reach out, so they just going doing the show. You know, it's like the internet. The internet know like they not doing. They probably watch Turk on the internet saying he ain't gonna be at the show, and so they probably didn't even, you know, people don't even pick up the phone to call anymore. You know, and Turk looking like they could have, somebody could have reached out and be like, man, that promoter, man, that was messed up. You know, dang, you ain't gonna, you know, just to check on him at the least. That's how Turk looking at it. He said none of them didn't do that. So you know he feeling a certain kind of way about that. If he fucking with them, then he claiming those his brothers, you know, he feeling a certain way. And then for him to get to watch the show that they did without him, and when one of his hottest verses pop on, how Mannie Fresh run up there and you know what I'm saying, Turk like that was lame. He didn't respect that. You know, and I could kind of feel Turk on that, you know. But then on Mannie Fresh defense, he probably could have did that because Turk wasn't there. But since they saw that the crowd wanted that, Mannie Fresh like, y'all thought that was it. So they rewinded. And next thing you know, the crowd was going crazy. And all them, they had to rock to it. Because that was the part. All of them rocked to it. The whole Cash Money camp, everybody in that building rocked to it, you know. Because that was a high verse. So, you know, I was just, you know, looking like, damn, man, Turk. I thought Mannie and all them were cool, you know. So, but it's some animosity amongst all of them. I could see that, you know, and Turk feeling a certain way, you know. But, you know, in the end, you know, them boys, they got to get back together. They got a few more shows to do. So, hopefully, in the future, when they do those shows, you know, they come back together and get it right and do what they got to do, you know. Because like Turk said, Turk still shining. Turk said, hey, they can't stop him regardless. So, you know, it is what it is. So, you know, I just wanted to speak on that because that stood out to me that Turk would say that about Mannie Fresh. And I'm looking like how Mannie Fresh, I watched Mannie Fresh was like, he cut it short, you know. So I'm looking like, so I'm thinking like Mannie was just cutting it short because Turk went there. But as you can see, Turk felt a certain way about that. So Turk probably, ain't no telling how Turk, you know, how he feeling about that they did it like that while his hottest verse came on, and how Mannie did it is like, nah, that nigga ain't here, fuck that, you know what I'm saying? And Turk was like, man, that was lame. I ain't gonna even sugarcoat, that was lame. So Turk gonna speak his mind, as you can see. But man, them boys, man, the hot boy, they need to get it together, man. Because they just don't know. All them getting back together and doing the album, so much money on the table with it. Them boys can do some things, man, if they can put their pride to the side. But you know, only the time will tell. We're going to see when they do these future shows, how things going to fall in play. And, you know, I'm going to stay tuned and see what them boys on. And, you know, keep y'all updated with this. But let me go and get up out of here, man. I got a little stuff I got to do today. Y'all like this video, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't subscribe to the channel, man. I got some more flavor coming, and, you know, Prince of the Ghetto is going down. You know what I'm talking about? It's your boy, Mean Joe Green. Love. And I'm up out.